Hi everyone, this is Chioku, or I guess now you can call me by my name, Gene. Uh, this is not going off of a script or anything, so I apologize for any slip-ups or uh, whatever. For those of you who are not aware yet, which I'm sure everybody is aware by now, Brave Frontier, The Last Summoner, is closing. The game is being shut down. The company, Gumi Europe, which is a branch of the big company, Gumi, is being closed down, and unfortunately, all of the employees have pretty much just been fired. Now, all of this is due to the decision of Gumi uh, due to lack of sales. Unfortunately, The Last Summoner was not meeting standards or expectations in terms of finance. And instead of Gumi trying to take the mantle and improve the game's financial standards and succeed as a result, they have decided to just shut down and terminate everything. So that means in 1 month from now, the game will be shutting down. The refund period will be right after that, and until somewhere in like December, I think, everything will be gone. The websites, the Discord, Facebook, Twitter, everything will be gone. Every trace of the game is dunsies. Um, this is definitely disappointing, but I want to clarify with all of you. Do not get the impression that has anything to do with Gumi Europe. This is not their fault. This was not their decision. In fact, they had so much planned for the game, but they have to listen to their higher ups. There's nothing else they can do. Now, for the next month before the game's closure, there will be some things to do just to enjoy the last little bit of The Last Summoner. They didn't just want to leave you on a sour note. So, there will be 6 epilogue memories to play, one of which gives you Lucy, Story Lucy. This will cover or summarize the second and third season. There were 3 seasons planned. We were only on the 4th chapter of the first season. There were supposed to be 6 chapters of the first season, I believe. But these are going to cover the second and third chapter. That was the story that was planned for the entirety of the game's lifespan. So it's a shame that it had to end so short. On top of that, every day, people are going to get 500 orbs. Never thought you'd expect that, huh? As well as energy will be refilled 4 times as fast. On top of that, every chapter summon will be available for 100 orbs. That means even chapter 4, 100 orbs. And then you can also get all classic units for 250 orbs, or it's an entire banner of just classic units, an entire banner of all the limited units for 250 orbs, and then a special banner for all of the unreleased units for 250 orbs. Now, this is the one you mostly want to be going for. It gives units like Valooned, it gives the starters, it gives some unreleased units like the King of Elmvalia, the Dark Giant Arena Girl, Runa, and a couple other, Harvard, Noah, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head, but just all of the units that were planned but had to meet the demise of this game. Some of them have Earthlord's power, new skills, all that. It's interesting, and you definitely want to try and get them all. And that's that. On top of that, there will also be all of the events will be run until the end of the cycle. So if you haven't gotten Peona, especially Balder, Halloween Lucy, well, now's your chance. And that's it. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the company itself. If you read the title of the video, the main message of this video is to thank Gumi Europe and thank The Last Summoner. This game, this game was truly amazing. It was one of a kind. First off, the mechanics were a breath of fresh air. I hated how Brave Frontier 1, it was like, all you had to do was just spam your Super Brave Burst every turn. There was no utility. There was no variety, you know? But with The Last Summoner, it's like, you could do normal attacks, you could do Brave Bursts, you could do Brave Supports, you could do Brave Guards, you could summon spirits. It was so balanced to add variety and utility, and it really made for a fun experience that was like no other. On top of that, the art style. I'd like to give a big thanks to the art team. I mean, the artwork is amazing. Sorry. The artwork is incredible. The animation is so fluid. If you guys ever looked at Kita, when his head moves, you can see that he's like fully 3D. It's spectacular. And while I know some people did have issues with the art style at the beginning of the game, just because they were so used to the whole 2D pixel art style of Brave Frontier, I understand that, but we've pretty much all gotten used to it, and now that we've gotten used to it, it's just like, I think we can all collectively agree that the art style of the game was amazing. So big thank you to the art team for creating such a visual masterpiece. The weapons were so detailed, as well as the units. The backgrounds of the map were fun to look at. On top of that, I'd like to thank High P, who was the studio for the music of the game. If I got that correct, sorry if I did not. But the music, while there were some songs that I thought were pretty lazy and boring, there were some great songs. First off, I think the intro song to this game on the title screen is beautiful. That choir and that French horn is amazing. And then there's just plenty other songs in the game, such as the themes of Bitfrost, Lucy, etc., that I think were fantastic, and I definitely want to listen to on YouTube for times to come. So I'm glad that at least that won't be removed. We'll be able to listen to the music. On top of that, I would like to thank the game design team for all the bugs that you've had to tackle. It must have been hell, especially during that 2-day maintenance. Oh boy. And on behalf of everyone, I would like to apologize for all of the people who would constantly be complaining about bugs and saying that the team is doing nothing when you guys were working your butts off trying to fix these bugs. And it was a shame that they just didn't understand that. So I want to thank you guys for just trying your best doing that and tackling and fixing bugs as much as you could. I'd like to thank the lore department for the incredible story. While unfortunately it did have to end on such a rushed note, I'm not going to spoil anything, but even the final epilogue missions were so satisfying. I don't feel right now like there's something missing. You know, obviously there would have been things nice to know, but the main story itself, it feels like it was completed, and I really do appreciate that. I think the lore was incredible. Spoilers, especially Chapter 4. Again, spoilers, when Trig sacrificed himself so that the rest of the team could escape, I thought that was a beautiful scene, wonderfully orchestrated, and I'm going to miss all that. It's a shame that we didn't get to see Chapter 5 and 6 and blah, 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 but it was a satisfying conclusion that left my mouth open the entire time. A couple flies probably went in there. I would also like to thank, personally, the community managers. I'm looking at you, Nakra, Ellie, Florian, Cloraptor, And everyone else that I didn't mention, I apologize if I didn't mention you. Those are the 4 that came to mind. You guys were amazing community managers. You were friendly. You made sure to keep us all entertained. And I know some people didn't like the whole soon TM thing, but it was funny to me, in my opinion. But you guys were great at your job. And personally, most of all, I want to thank Nakra, or Nakralas, whatever you know him by. He's a fantastic community manager who is literally the reason why I was able to make these unit reviews. While it was a collective decision, Nakara was the guy who was sending me units, sending me weapons, and through all the annoyance that I put him through, trust me, I was asking him day and night for things. Even through all that, he always helped me out, and this channel would not have been what it was without him. And so I want to thank you, Nakra, personally for that. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope that you guys get a job soon, or I hope that another studio or development team sees the amazing work that you guys put in through every department in Gumi Europe, and I hope that they pick you guys up, or multiple studios pick some of you guys up. You know what I mean. Finally, I also want to thank the support team. Never would I have ever thought that a support team would be as friendly and helpful as those guys were. But yeah, they did their job great. You would think that a support team would really just be automated messages that would tell you, oh yeah, we'll fix your problem in the next couple of years. No, these guys were on top of things. They helped. They were friendly. They were responsive. They responded quickly. They were great. Everything about Gumi Europe was amazing. They were an amazing team, and it's a shame that they just didn't have the budget to keep the game running, you know? Now, personally, I do think that... personally, I do think that they should have marketed the game sooner. While I understand that they were probably going to wait to market the game until co-op and guilds were out, I think that the idea of it shutting down like this was inevitable unless they did marketing. So it's a shame that they didn't do it, but I also understand that they wanted to make sure all the content was out before they mass marketed it to the audience. That would have been the smartest decision in the long run, but unfortunately we are only looking at the short run, and well, here we are now. Otherwise, I wish you guys again the best of luck, and again, thank you so much for this game. This game was incredible. 7-8 months, I believe. Actually, I think we're hitting like 10-11 months now. It was an incredible journey, and I personally really enjoyed it. Referring to my channel, I never have I ever thought of making YouTube content off of a mobile game. Let alone a mobile game. But this game truly was something that drove me to motivation to even make content. You know, I thought it was that good of a game. Anyway, speaking of my channel, besides possibly a stream or two, and another exception, which I'll get into in a second, this will be the final video on this channel. For the last summoner, at least. I will not be making reviews on the new units that have just come out, because there's really no point, in all honesty. I won't be making videos on the epilogues or anything like that. This will be the last video, with the exception of maybe a stream or two, just to enjoy the game. And then something I'm going to get into in a second. But yeah, this is the last video for this game. I thank everyone for subscribing and being a part of this and helping me get to where I am now. This was an incredible journey. I started back in February, and these couple months have been fantastic. They've been some of the best months of my life. I've met so many great members of the community that some I can now even call my friends. and this would not have happened had it not been for the amazing game that The Last Summoner is. Now, let's talk about the future of this channel. Actually, before I get into that, let me mention that one exception. A couple of buddies and myself are planning on compiling all of the lore together so that it is forever kept somewhere, whether that be maybe a Google Doc or a website or whatever it may be. We're gonna be collecting all of the lore and making one big thing out of it, so that anyone who ever remembers this game, which I'm sure most of you will, this game is definitely something worth remembering, but everything will be there to be able to look at. The date of which this is going to happen is not confirmed and will probably not happen for a long time, just because we're just a couple of guys and it's a lot of stuff. However, one video that I do think I will probably make, not anytime soon, maybe in a couple months, is a lore video. Essentially just going over all of the lore, just like this Google Doc that we are going to work on. So it'll probably just be my voiceover, just me going over the entire lore. However, I do animation, so I could possibly animate it. I don't know. I'll think about it. But other than that, that'll be it. Now, for the future of this channel, there are no games currently that I know of that I would be interested in making content on. A couple big factors that I have to think of when doing this is, one, it's got to be a JRPG, because the type of content I like to make is unit reviews and content completion guides. And so games like Clash of Clans or like a game like that, I wouldn't be interested in making videos on, because I enjoy making weekly videos on new units, and new skills and blah blah blah. So first thing, it's got to be a JRPG. Second thing, it's got to be new. I'm not gonna make videos on Brave Frontier 2. Well, actually, if Brave Frontier 2 goes global, I might make a video on that. I might turn my channel into that. But games like Brave Frontier 1, One Piece Treasure Cruise, Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle, games like this, I probably will not ever make videos on, because the games are so long in its lifespan. I would have so much catching up to do, and it just wouldn't work out right. So it's got to be a JRPG. It's got to be new. I'm going to keep looking for a new game to possibly introduce you guys to and introduce this channel to. And then finally, I have to try and find whatever game that might be. I have to then try and find out who I can reach to talk about doing unit reviews, just like I did for The Last Summoner, because I was lucky enough to come into contact with an amazing team who wanted to help me with this channel. I'm pretty sure I can say this, but my original goal was just to ask them, hey, can you send me units and some currency and weapons and whatever every week for the new unit? And they went above and beyond that. They didn't just send me a new unit. They sent me almost every single unit over a short period of time. They sent me loads and loads of things. And on top of that, they encouraged to promote me on their Facebook and Twitter, which I thought was so nice of them. And again, to Gumi Europe, I want to thank you guys for that. I was not expecting a team to be so cooperative with the community, and I appreciate that. And so it's going to be hard to find that again with another company, and so that's the problem. I have to try and find somebody who will be willing, or a member of the community for whatever game it might be, who would be willing to, help me out and send me units and blah, 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 blah. So with that being said, as of right now, this channel will be on hiatus with, like I said, the occasional stream or two. Now, I ask of you, the viewer, if you would like, I will be searching around, but if you know of a game now or in the future that you think would be perfect, those three candidates could be covered. If you find a JRPG that's not released yet, that's going to be new, that would be perfect for this channel, please let me know, because I do enjoy making videos and I want to keep making videos, but I can't really think of a game I would want to do it right now with. So please, if you know of a game that I could do, let me know in the comments of this video, or preferably private message me on Discord, just because I'll be able to see it easier. I'm pretty sure my Discord is in the description, so you'll be able to find that. But yeah, please let me know. And hey, no point in not suggesting, because if it's a game you like and I end up making videos on it, well, there's another YouTuber for you for that favorite game that you like, right? So that's that. Other than that, like I said, this channel is just going to be on hiatus. Something I do want to mention real quick is that mobile gaming and stuff like that, that's not my long-term plan for YouTube. I don't expect it to blow up or anything. However, there is a plan, so to speak, that I have in the future, and that is animation. Like I said, for that lore video I might animate it. I am big on animation. I love to animate, and my dream one day isn't so much to be part of a studio, an animation studio, but more so my goal one day is to create a full animated, and when I say animated, I mean 2D anime art style, fully animated video or series on YouTube of an original story of mine that I have been creating for a long time. I just have not animated it yet. But yeah, that's my plan one day. I plan on creating a huge YouTube series. Think of it almost like a TV show on YouTube. If any of you are interested in hearing what it is, I always would be happy to share it. So again, DM me on Discord. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. I got so many good ideas. But for right now, what it's called, the story is called Blink. And essentially, to sum it up in one sentence, what it is it's about a terrorist who is only a terrorist. Okay, how do I say this? Let me cut this real quick so I can... Okay, sorry. Blink is about someone being framed as a terrorist and is cursed with going along with it. Now that might sound stupid. I tried to keep that as vague as possible, but that is what it is. Now, when I mean terrorist, I don't mean like, global terrorism. I mean something more like mass killing and stuff like that. It's a touchy subject. My envision is it's quite a dark show, kind of along the lines of things like Death Note and such. But if you guys want to hear it, please, again, DM me. I would be happy to tell you about it. I think it's really cool, and just a vague sentence like that is definitely not going to be enough to explain it. Anyway, so that's that. I want to give one more big thank you to everyone who has stuck with this channel for these past couple months. I know this is selfish, but please do not unsubscribe, because like I said, I do have plans for this channel in the future. And so it would be a shame if, it were to go. And I understand this is very selfish, but I would greatly appreciate it. I would be very grateful if this channel could get to 300 subscribers by next month when this game shuts down. It would at least be a nice to know that of a milestone that this channel hit 300 subscribers by the end of the game's lifespan. And with that, I think I've pretty much talked about everything. I will still be active on Discord. For those of you who are not aware, I am part of a guild who I guess now has to disband, not officially, but we'll still keep the channel up. But a group called Church of Czech, which was supposed to be the guild that I was a part of, we will still be we will still keep the channel up. So while the Discord will be shutting down in September, the official one, if you would like to still stick with a group who was into the last summoner, feel free to, again, DM me on Discord and ask me, hey, can you invite me to the guild? Or can you invite me to the group? Because the group is now no longer a guild. Well, it still will be called Church of Czech, but it'll no longer be a guild, but rather just a place to talk about the last summoner and a ton of other games. I'm reworking the Discord right now so that we can talk about a ton of other stuff like Nintendo, E3, other mobile games, you name it. But it's open to everyone now. So if you are interested, feel free to DM me and I will send you an invite so that you can stay in touch with the remaining Last Summoner community. We are the last community. Or actually, yeah, we are the last summoners, technically. But with that, yeah, I have pretty much talked about everything. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you, Gumi Europe, for everything. And thank you, the Last Summoner, for the amazing almost a year that you have provided. It's a shame to see that the game is now gone, but it was an incredible adventure that I will never have the chance to experience again. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.